You might be wondering how to structure an answer on social stratification for UPSC. What to include, what theories to compare, and what examples to use. By the end of this video, you will be completely clear about social stratification and able to write crisp, exam-focused answers. I will explain concepts simply, step by step, with clear examples and a few tricks to remember key theorists. Have you noticed that exam questions often ask about causes, forms, and policy responses to inequality, and that candidates get lost juggling definitions and theories? This session is aimed at beginners, and towards the end, we will understand a key idea that most UPSC aspirants miss when comparing Davis-Moore, Marx, and Weber. Let's start with a simple definition. Social stratification is the systematic ranking of people into layers with different access to resources, prestige, and power. In practice, this means patterned and persistent differences in wealth, status, and influence that shape life chances across generations. Think of society as a ladder or game with levels. Stratification fixes many players on certain rungs, while others move more freely. Two key principles decide where people stand: ascription, which assigns status at birth, and achievement, which rewards education, skill, and effort. The Indian caste system is a classical example of an ascribed, relatively closed order, while modern class systems rely more on achievement and economic position. Historically, stratification became durable when agriculture produced surplus, property accumulated, and institutions like states and religions legitimized unequal control. Most systems combine three organizing principles: status or prestige, wealth or economic resources, and power or political influence. Common types of stratification include caste, class, estate, and slavery, each varying in rigidity and opportunities for mobility. Open systems like class societies allow vertical mobility, while closed systems like caste and slavery sharply limit movement between strata. Key features to remember are universality in organized societies, social rather than biological basis, historical continuity, and multiple overlapping forms. Mobility can be vertical or horizontal, intragenerational or intergenerational, and is influenced by education, legal reform, and economic change. Structural mobility arises from big social shifts that create new positions, whereas circulation mobility is about individual replacements within the same structure. Now for theories. UPSC answers do better when you present three perspectives: functionalist, Marxist, and Weberian, and then offer a critique. Functionalists like Davis and Moore argue stratification is necessary to allocate roles and motivate people to fill important positions. Parsons adds that stratification mirrors shared societal values, so rewards go to those who embody valued traits and perform key roles. Tumin counters that there is no objective way to measure functional importance, and that stratification often reflects power and restricted opportunity rather than merit. Marx locates stratification in economic relations. Class divisions arise from ownership of the means of production and the extraction of surplus value. For Marx, exploitation and class struggle are the engines of historical change, producing polarization unless counteracted by social movements. Weber broadens the lens to class, status, and party, showing that economic position, social honor, and political power can operate independently. Weber's concept of social closure explains how groups protect privileges through credentialing, endogamy, or occupational monopolies. A neat exam trick is to contrast Marx's economic determinism with Weber's multidimensional view and to use Parsons or Davis-Moore to show the functionalist angle. Stratification may help role allocation and coordination, but it also produces injustice, wasted talent, conflict, and reduced cohesion. For UPSC answers suggest policy tools like universal education, progressive taxation, welfare provision, and affirmative action to increase mobility and reduce inequality. When asked for examples, cite the Indian caste system, rising middle class mobility in urban India, and affirmative action policies like reservations. This topic is very important for UPSC mains and optional essays. Questions often ask you to compare theories or recommend policy measures. Remember a simple mnemonic: SAP, status, assets, power, to frame most answers quickly under timed conditions. To recap, stratification ranks people in layers, operates by ascription and achievement, originates from surplus and institutions, and is explained by functionalist, Marxist, and Weberian theories. In Answers balance theory with Indian examples, add a short critique, and end with policy suggestions to score high in analysis and application. Keep practicing short, structured answers, and you will gain clarity and speed. This topic rewards a few good diagrams and crisp comparisons. If you want ready-made notes, mind maps, and timed tests to master this topic, continue with EduRev and their UPSC resources. Good luck! Study smart, revisit these core ideas before the exam, and I'll see you in the next lesson.